Hello YouTube, it's November 17th, 2015, and what I have brought you today is my winter project. It is an indoor grow box hydroponic system. So here we're just looking at a exterior view of it. Please excuse the quality of video here. I'm working on an iPhone, so give me a break. So yeah, let's run it down with you. It's roughly 4.5 feet wide, stands 4 feet tall, and it's roughly less than 2.5 feet deep. It's a little janked. It's a little oddly put together, but it was an oddball idea. It's kind of my brainchild from a couple of years ago. I just got infatuated with the idea of, growing something in its own independent system. You might be able to thank Disney for that if you've ever been on that one ride, Living with the Land. If not, I suggest going through it. They have one of the most sophisticated hydroponics and aquaponics systems just for viewing. Like, that's not even their hardcore shit. So, but anyways, it's really cool. So let's take another view of the outside from the back. Well, first, as you can see, we got a handle there, and it's raised off the ground a little bit, so in case you got to move it, it makes it a little easier to move because it is slightly awkwardly big. But and out the back, really only thing you see is the 4 fans. I got 2 bringing in the fresh air, 2 bringing out the hot air, and then the only other thing coming out is the cord that powers the entire system. Yeah, so without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and take a look inside this bad boy. As you can see, you got like a little bit of a clamp, so you can put a lock right through here. So you want to control people, not just opening it when you got the lights off, when you want it in sleep mode. You got 2 doors, pretty much separating the 2 different sizes I've built in here. Before I get too in deep about the cool side, let's start with why it even came to be this big and weird. You'll see there's this green like interior skeleton. I didn't make it. It was something we had in our garage, and it's basically a lawn storage stand you would have in your garage, and this side it would have all your rakes and shovels. You would stand up vertically, and then this would be your general storage, which I have used it for and adapted for this system. You got 3 levels. First level here, it's dedicated to just housing all the main components here. You got like a little utility light, so you can kind of see what you're doing. Here, the other cool thing is if you just want to work on the one side, just close it up, and then you just got the one side open. So this is that main power you had coming out through the back right there. That's plugged into several, has other things plugged into it, including the power strip for these are fans. These are basically old car cell phone chargers. I just spliced into them and hooked computer fans up to it. Very simple. And it's also plugged into the water pump. Now those are not plugged into the timer because we don't want to turn those off. We still want air circulating. We still want the oxygen reaching the roots in the reservoir. And then the only other thing over here is a separate surge protector with the timer on, connecting the light. So, and I think that's on a 14-hour schedule. I might have that amped up a little too high. I would like some input from some people, but we'll see what happens. I might reduce it. And this is just kind of like a utility shelf. It's got like extra bits and pieces that you may need to use throughout the course of the project. Yeah, just a bunch of extra. I have like my pH stuff right there too, testing equipment. I'm getting a new meter and stuff tomorrow. And then at the bottom, we got the water and the nutrients, kind of the whole purpose is just to keep everything in one spot. It's a standalone unit, so you know you don't have shit all over your garage because you got all kinds of other shit in your garage. Anyways, and then on the door I just got a general feeding schedule and you know a plant diary to keep notes and you know through the progress of the grow. And then you know, let's look at the other side. We'll go ahead and close that. I need to put on my glasses so you can see. But so I apologize for the light. It's an LED light, which I highly suggest anybody doing any kind of growth doing LEDs. It's efficient. It's a little bit of money up front, but you know, LED's the future. Let's get with it. So let's take a look at the inside. We got, you know, the interior lined with some mylar for reflectivity. And then there's the reservoir. It's a 14-gallon rugged tote. And within it I have 6 net pots. 5 of them are 5-inch. That one in the corner is 6-inch because I cut the hole too big, but you know, whatever. Adapt. So you got these 2 air hoses coming from the air pump on the other side going into the reservoir, which houses the air stones. So the plant's roots can get some, get some oxygen. Seems like it's working optimally. I'm going to be adding a few more things to that too. Got a little crazy on Amazon, so I'm going to do some additions. Right now it's at 63 humidity, 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which is right around the areas we want. Every time I seem to open the box, the humidity seems to increase, so it's pretty important that we try and keep this thing closed as much as possible. As much as we want to gaze at our little projects, you know, that's kind of the whole point. It's its own system, so it's, you know, we're going for efficiency here. Look at these guys. This guy seems to be reacting quite well to the transition. A couple of them do. A couple of them are a little sketchy, you know. But hey, you order roots online, and you know you're gonna get what you get. I chose some day neutrals, the seascape variety. Apparently, once these start blooming and fruiting, like you could be getting fruit year round. And who doesn't love strawberries year round? So there we have the 2 fans bringing in the fresh air. And then above that, we got the 2 fans bringing out any of the warmer air. So you know it doesn't get too stuffy, and it really doesn't get hot in here at all. I mean, this light doesn't even feel really hot. That's the other cool thing. You won't fry your plants in this system. You know, if I were to use like an HPS or something in here, man, that'd be way too much. So LED's the way to go. I'm an advocate for it. It's cost effective. I mean, you pay a little bit more up front, but you're going to get a return much quicker. And you know it'll pay itself off eventually. This is the whatever that says. It's a Black Star. I forget what the wattage is. I'll have to look that up. And then yeah, I have that rigged on 3 pulleys, so I can adjust the light when I need to as the plants grow. And then another addition I'm going to add more of those pulleys on each corner of this thing, so I can exchange the bottom reservoir out quite easily, because it's a little weird and it's a pretty heavy top, so it'd be nice to make the easy transition for the plants, you know, so you don't expose the roots for very long periods of time. Yeah, I think that's it for this video. Let's take another step back, take a look at the whole shebang. Yeah, I got to get a little bit of mylar on that door again too, just so I can get more reflectivity, so the front of the plants can get a little bit more light. But yeah, this is the system. You know, please like and comment and do whatever. Just don't be a dick, you know. Constructive criticism is always a good start. Thanks again, YouTube. And I'll try and keep this updated. We're only about a week into the grow, so hopefully in a few more weeks we'll see some more responsive growth, and I'll keep you updated. Thanks.